Good morning, class. How are you? How about the others? How are you guys? Very good. Since you seems like very active today, we are going to have an activity. So let's divide the class into two, group 1 and group 2. Okay? Here's the instruction. Mr. Kanyate, could you please read the instruction, please? Thank you. So, class, did you get the instruction or you want me to explain it further for you to be able to answer the activity? No need. Very good. So, you may start now. Okay, everybody's done. Group 1, who will be the presenter? Okay, Ms. Romero, please present your work. Thank you, Ms. Romero. How about the group 2, who will be the presenter? Yes, Ms. Reynalyn de los Santos, please present your group output. Thank you. You put it the words into its designated areas. So, based from our activity, what do you think is our main topic today? Yes, Mr. Abirilia, what is our topic today? Yes, very good. It's about words that being arranged into a map. Okay? Or in short, it's about semantic mapping. Okay, but before we proceed to our main discussion, let me present to you our lesson objectives that we must attain. Okay, Miss Moya, could you please read the objective, please? Thank you. You may now be seated. Let's now have another activity. Same groupings. And oh no, this is an individual activity. The instruction is get 1/4 sheet of paper and you're going to write a word that connects to this word. The word is love. You only have 30 seconds to write any words that comes in your mind. Okay? And after that, you're going to submit it because it will serve as your attendance. All right? You may now start. I'll set a timer. Okay, you may now start. Time's up. Mr. Tandog, what have you written? Okay, according to Mr. Tandog class, love is about inspiration or it gives him inspiration, motivation, and happiness. Oh, very sweet of you, Mr. Tandog. Next, Miss Moya, what is your idea about love? Thank you. According to Miss Moya, love is about pain, problem, and but it gives happiness also for her. Okay, thank you for the both of you. Please, class, submit your 1/4 sheet of paper in front because I'm going to check it and read your output. All right. Let's now proceed to our main discussion. Semantic map. Who can read the first definition of semantic map? Yes, Miss Ligadja. Based from what you've read, could you please share your insight about it? Okay, very good. You may now sit down. Yes, Miss Kabasi, do you have something to say? Semantic map is a structure of information in a graphical form. So a semantic map is somehow a structure of a words being arranged into a graphical form. These maps are also called graphic organizer or web of words or phrases are related to one another. So um, semantic map is just like a web. For example, the word at the center, there are some branches, sub branches of the words that being described. All right. Next definition. Okay, Mr. Tandog, thank you. Semantic map looks like a concept map, but they are more complex. Why it says that it's more complex? Very good, because it's very complicated. Like for example, there are words being described, and the words that describe this specific word is being described also. Okay, these maps are not a new process. Not a new process. Why? Because since then, semantic mapping are being used by the authors or the writers or the students that brainstorming ideas, right? Very good. They have been known as a webbing, plot maps, and concept map. I know that you are already aware or familiar with the webbing, plot maps, and concept map, right? Because since high school, um, you are making semantic map. So semantic mapping is a visual strategy that expand vocabulary, extend knowledge, help the students to recall, identify, and understand the words they read in a text. Great summarizing tools that allow learners to brainstorm information. So, is it really true that semantic mapping extend vocabulary? Who's this not? Who's this yes? Yes, it can help the students or it can help us to expand our vocabulary because, for example, the word love. If we are going to describe love, the ideas that comes in our mind is inspiration. So, inspiration, what are the words that you can describe inspiration? All right, it's just like webbing from this word to this word, and the word will have its own meaning too, or the synonyms, so that you will be able to expand your vocabulary, extend knowledge. Just like expanding vocabulary, the students will be able to extend knowledge by studying many words or many words. Yeah, when we study about a particular word, we learn something new, and we can actually learn and use it in particular situation or certain situation that we need it. Okay. Next, help the students to recall, identify, and understand the words they read in a text. This is very particular in high school students because many teachers let the students to read is particular literary piece, and then after that they are going to um, give some insight or takeaways from the literary piece they have read. All right, do you get what I mean? Very good. Next, lastly, is semantic map is a great summarizing tools that allow learners to brainstorm information. Okay, high school and college, this is a very useful. Semantic map is very useful because we can use the semantic map to brainstorm ideas. For example, we are going to make an essay. For us to be able to make an effective essay or effective argument, we are going to brainstorm information first before we further discuss our main main topic or the main point of the essay. Okay.
Let's now proceed to the discussion of examples so that we can identify whether this semantic mapping as a strategy is really effective. First example. What is the example is all about? Right? It's about the elements of weather. What subject this might fall? Great, it's science subject or science subject. So let's go back to the semantic mapping is a visual strategy that where it might fall. Is it expand vocabulary, extend knowledge, help the students to recall, identify and understand the word they read in a text, or it's a great summarizing tools that allow learners to brainstorm information? Okay, very good. Most of the strategy is being shown to this example because this is about elements of weather. Oh, by the way, class, is it complex or not? Yeah, it's complex because from the main topic there are some subtopics and the subtopics has its own what do you call this one, also subtopics that explain a particular word or the topic. For example, elements of weather. When we talk about elements of weather, there are clouds. And when we talk about clouds, there are um, variety of words that we can explain the word clouds. For example, cirrus, stratus, and cumulus. These are the types of clouds, right? Okay, very good. Do you get what I mean, or do you get the idea that I'm conveying to you, class? Very good. Now let's proceed to another example. Sonnet 18 or Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare. So let's now discuss the Sonnet 18. When we talks about Sonnet 18, it's we the words or the ideas that comes on our mind is about love because the author itself writes about the sonnets for the love of his life or the for the one whom William Shakespeare's uh, admired admired the most. Okay, so when we talk about sonnet 18, there is love. So love, fondness, affection, and inspiration. Summer, why do we put the word summer on this semantic map? Because on the first line of sonnet 18 is, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? The persona is asking permission if he or she can compare the subject to a summer's day. Okay, do you get the picture? Good. So when it talks about summer, it is sunny, of course, because it's summer, it's hot, it's temperate. Temperate, yeah, during summer, it's temperate. And vacation. Vacation because summer is a short period of time. It's time for a vacation. Next word, beauty. Beauty. Why do we put beauty on the semantic mapping? Because the persona says that the subject of this sonnet is more beautiful than summer. Okay? Then beauty, it's attractive, charming, and admirable. Do you get it? 14 lines. 14 lines. What is the meaning of 14 lines on this? Why do we put 14 lines on this semantic mapping? It is because sonnets are only 14 lines. Okay? 14-line poems. Next, William Shakespeare is the author of this sonnet. He is English poet and famous during his time until now, and then he's a man or a male. Okay? So, do you think this second example is complex or not? Yeah, it seems like it's complex. Also, it helped the students to recall and identify and understand the words they have read in a text, because some of the words that being used in that semantic mapping or in this example is just from the sonnet 18 itself, okay, from the literary piece. So do you have any questions, clarification about this topic? None. So if none, let's now have another activity. I'll be the one who will read the instruction. Instruction. Construct a complex form of semantic mapping using the word world, and choose one representative to present your work. Okay? Same groupings as just like earlier. Okay? You may start doing your activity. Are you done? Not yet. Okay. Group 1, you're done. Very good. Could you please present your work? Who will be your presenter? Aside from Miss Romero, any other presenter? Yes, Miss Moya, present your group output. Thank you. Group 2, how about group 2? Who will be the presenter aside from the presenter earlier? Choose another one. Okay, Mr. Cañete, go ahead. Thank you, Mr. Cañete. So, both of the groups got 10 points for this activity, because it seems that you've learned from this lesson and you just made a good semantic mapping. Okay? A good semantic map rather. For your quiz, for 15 points, if you are going to make an essay, stories, poem, etc., do you think using semantic mapping can make your writing easier? Why or why not?
Answer this in a one-half sheet of paper.
And please be guided with the rubrics. Okay, do you have any question about the quiz? This will be an essay, okay? Okay, submit your work. Submit your work, class. For your assignment, find or search for at least 5 uses of semantic mapping and its benefits to the students like you, okay? Next, using semantic mapping, you are going to search for a summary of the Helen of Troy and then briefly discuss or briefly write the 5 elements of its plot. You may use this template. The Helen of Troy, exposition, the rising action, the climax, the resolution, and the falling action. Okay? Do you get it, class? Very good. Do you have any questions, clarification before we end this meeting? None? Okay, if there's none, goodbye, class. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.